Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen Monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. But today, we explore the path of the Shogun. The modern man lives as a beggar of approval. He is the first to arrive and the last to leave. He says yes before the request is even finished. He smiles when he is insulted. He swallows his own boundaries like bitter pills, terrified that a single no will collapse his fragile world. He calls it kindness. He calls it being a team player. I call it spiritual suicide. He is a ghost in his own life, a background character in a story written by people who do not even respect him. He is the fragile pleaser. He believes that by making everyone happy, he becomes indispensable. He is wrong. By making everyone happy, he becomes invisible. He is a tool, not a human. A tool is used until it breaks, and then it is discarded without a second thought. He is overthinking every interaction, wondering if his tone was too harsh or his smile too small. He is a prisoner of a mystery he cannot solve. Why does the more he gives, the less he is valued? The diagnosis is terminal. He has no center. He has no borders. A nation without borders is not a country. It is a territory to be plundered. He is currently being plundered by his boss, his friends, and his own cowardice. Look back. 4 centuries ago, Japan was a fractured mirror, 1,000 small lords clawing for a handful of dirt. It was a land of chaos where kindness was a death sentence. Into this fire stepped a man who understood that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of absolute authority. Oda Nobunaga, the Demon King. Imagine the biting scent of gunpowder and wet cedar. The air in the Owari province is thick with the copper tang of blood and the smoke of burning incense. Nobunaga stands on a ridge, the weight of his black lacquered dew armor pressing into his shoulders. His eyes are not seeking approval. They are seeking order. He did not ask for permission to unify Japan. He did not negotiate with those who sought to keep the land in chaos. At the gates of Enryakuji, he faced a choice: show mercy to the defiant or establish a standard that would never be questioned. He chose the latter. He burned the mountain. He said no to the old world so he could say yes to a new one. He was not a pleaser. He was a shogun. His power did not come from his sword, but from his ability to draw a line in the sand and execute anyone who crossed it. He understood that a leader who tries to be everyone's friend ends up as everyone's slave. His authority was a wall. His no was a law. You, however, are a door with no lock. You allow the world to walk through you with muddy boots, and then you apologize for the mess. You think that by being flexible, you are being virtuous. You are not. You are being a coward. You are afraid of the tension that comes with authority. You are afraid of the silence that follows a no. Power is the ability to sustain a standard. It is the refusal to compromise your soul for a moment of social comfort. When you say yes to things you hate, you are voting for your own destruction. You are telling the universe that your time, your energy, and your life have no value. Look at your calendar. It is a graveyard of other people's priorities. Look at your workspace. It is a monument to tasks you should have declined. You are drowning in the shallow water of other people's expectations. You have traded your throne for a seat at the children's table. Build the wall. Your kindness is a mask for your fear of rejection. You aren't being nice, you are being safe. You are terrified that if you show your true face, the face that is tired, the face that is angry, the face that says enough, you will be alone. But being alone with your power is better than being crowded by your masters. Stop. You are already looking for an excuse. You are thinking, my situation is different. I need this job. I need these people. This is the 50% shift. Most of you will close this video now because the truth is starting to burn. You would rather stay a comfortable slave than become a lonely shogun. You are weak. You have been trained since birth to be a good boy, to follow the rules, and to keep the peace. But the peace you are keeping is a lie. It is a cage. If you do not learn to command your environment will continue to consume you until there is nothing left but a hollow shell. Own the no. Oda Nobunaga did not care if the monks of the mountain liked him. He cared that they obeyed the law. He understood that respect is earned through the strength of your boundaries, not the width of your smile. You want to be liked. He wanted to be effective. Go to the mirror. Look at the beggar. Look at the man who has spent years perfecting the art of being stepped on. Identify the next request, the next favor, the next intrusion that you know you should decline. That is your battlefield. That is your enrikuji. Authority is not granted, it is seized. It is the moment you decide that your internal no is more important than their external yes. It is the moment you stop being a territory and start being an empire. The path of the shogun is cold. It requires you to be the villain in other people's stories. It requires you to be the person who changed, the person who is no longer helpful. Let them talk. Let them judge. A lion does not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep, and a shogun does not seek the approval of the people he must lead. The demon king is dead, but the architecture of power remains. The lines are drawn. The standard is set. You can continue to be a tool in the hands of others, or you can pick up the sword of your own authority and rule. Be the shogun. Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen Monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. Which one are you? Comment below.